Hello, this is Hotfix with Early Access, where we talk about the latest and greatest video game news. I am Chris, and I am here with Brian,
Yeah, I'm here.
Jeremy,
I'm here too.
and Jake. Are you here?
Yeah, I'm also here, guys.
Cool. And right now, we are going to be talking about the Nintendo Direct that happened earlier today, March 8th, 2018. We have a fair amount to cover. There's one particular thing that's standing out to me, but I'm just going to run down some highlights, and we're going to cover those, but then we're going to spend the bulk of our time on Smash Brothers. So first off, there was a lot of 3DS support, a lot that surprised me. The one that really stuck out was their remaking Luigi's Mansion for the 3DS. That was probably the biggest 3DS thing. They're also doing a new WarioWare game, a Mario and Luigi game, which is the Mario RPG series. That's a lot of support for Nintendo 3DS, which everyone was just about forgotten about. So we're going to move into Switch. They showed off a little bit of Dark Souls. They announced an amiibo for Dark Souls. But then there were a few other really pleasant surprises for me. Okami is coming out for the Switch, which is kind of out of the blue. Brian, you're going to like this. South Park: The Fractured But Whole is coming out on Switch.
Okay.
Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, Wii U port coming out on Switch. Then there was a Splatoon update. There was a ARMS update. Project Octopath Traveler announced its release date. They showed a lot of Mario Tennis. They showed off No More Heroes. And I think the last really cool third-party thing was the Crash Bandicoot trilogy is also coming to Switch. That was a lot of really meaty stuff. And last but not least, we got a Smash Brothers reveal. But before we get into that, do you guys have anything you want to say about what was announced?
I am excited for Little Nightmares.
Oh, I didn't even talk about that.
Yeah,
Why are you excited for that?
I think it's an interesting looking game, and I really like the look of the whole game. I don't want to say the art style because I feel like that's what everyone like goes to, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with I like the aesthetics of the game, and it seems like a good Switch title.
It looks like a fun indie. The only problem with Switch and indies right now is every awesome indie is on, so it's hard to
Right.
pick.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily gonna buy it, but I'm excited that it's there, and I could.
Yeah. Jeremy, did you have anything you want to say before we hit the big guy?
Yeah, it's just funny, like how our reactions are different. Like you said, you were like pretty happy with this. I thought it was pretty underwhelming. Like not surprised. Well, I mean, it's literally all ports. It's just
No, it's not. Well, okay, yeah, it is.
no. There's Kirby Star Allies, Jeremy,
No, you're right.
and Mario Tennis Aces, Jeremy.
You're right.
Which Sonic isn't even fucking in.
He was
They
pissed
told
about
me
that.
all my favorite Mario characters would be in that fucking game. Sonic is not in it. It's some bullshit right there.
All right, so you're saying it's a lot of ports and you're a little under.
Undertale is a port, Insane Trilogy is a port, Little Nightmares is a port, South Park is a port,
Undertale, motherfucker.
Hyrule Warriors is a port,
Yes.
Dark Souls is a port, Okami is a port. So, mostly ports.
Okay.
Which is fine. Like it's cool. Like if you've got a Switch, you're going to be able to play a lot of additional games. But like there was nothing to me that was like standout. Like Brian should be excited for South Park: The Fractured But Whole, unless he has a PC, in which case you could have been playing it this whole damn time.
So I'm gonna come back to what your port thing.
But you can play it on the go.
Well, no. But first I'm gonna hit up Brian quick. Brian, anything you want to say?
I don't really care about any of this, to be honest.
All right.
Dude, who invited this Debbie Downer?
No, like, they are all ports, and like most of them are games that I've never heard of, and I don't really care that much about the South Park game. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't think that story arc was that funny, because I don't really like comic books either. But I don't know. It still doesn't make me want to buy a Switch. I was more excited about the Labo stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. All right. So I'm just gonna I'm not countering Jeremy. I think
No.
No.
No, counter.
So you did like I didn't even think about that honestly until you said it's all just ports. But there were two things that really, well, three Smash, but there were two things that really made this direct feel awesome to me, and one was if you
The
looked at
Dark Souls amiibo.
No, I don't give a shit about this.
Dude, if it's a good looking amiibo though,
it's
I'm
a
so
solid
in.
looking amiibo, Jake.
It's spicy.
And the thing that it does is also quite funny. The first thing that I took from it was my last direct was that direct mini that was in January. That was also all ports, but it was like you were watching it and you just were like, oh my god, this is all ports. Like this is like not even fun ports. Like to me, Dark Souls is not a super fun port because it's so old, and Hyrule Warriors is also not a very fun port because it upset people in the Wii U era. Also, we just got Fire Emblem Warriors like 2 months ago, or I guess it was more than 2 months ago now, but whatever. Point being, the other port that was huge was Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. A lot of people like that, but I was like, these are not the ports that I'm gonna buy. And maybe it's because I was a Wii, whatever. These ports, to me, are more exciting because the third party is better, I guess. South Park: The Fractured Butthole was
It's supposed to be very good.
exactly. So that was not a port that I was expecting. I think that was a great pickup. Undertale, that was also a really pleasant surprise, a great pickup. Okami HD, yeah, it's a port, but it was released in December for the other consoles, so it's not that far behind, I guess. The other one that really impressed me, I guess, was the Luigi's Mansion remake. That's really weird that they're still supporting the 3DS in that capacity. To me, that seemed like kind of an overkill.
Yeah.
But and the last really exciting third-party port was the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. To me, these were just more exciting ports. Like I'm much more excited for Crash Bandicoot than I would ever be for Dark Souls.
I agree with everything you just said. My perspective is more just like, so as if I'm a Switch owner, I'm like, oh, these are great games that I can now play on my system. But like, if you're someone who already owns any other system, you can already play very many of these games. So
Yeah,
you're not really gaining anything that other people don't have. You're just adding some things that they do have.
Yeah, and like me being a Switch owner, like, and Jake might be able to agree or disagree. When third party games I look for Switch are particularly games that I haven't played before, but I really would have wanted to, and the fact that I can play them on the go makes it even better. And I think Crash Bandicoot, Okami, and South Park fit that very well. Also, even Captain Toad Treasure Tracker looks like it would be
That
fun.
actually looked cool, and that is not a port, I don't think.
It is a Wii U port.
But it does look cool.
Wii U sucks.
I didn't see anything about that one.
They're just porting a Wii U game. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So I was personal, but obviously the reason that I was actually excited was for Smash. So,
Yes.
real quick, they showed a lot of Splatoon footage, and then they were like, "We're done." And I saw that they were done, but they had the host and the Splatoon guy still on screen, and I was like, "That you would say you're done with just the Master of Ceremony, not the Master of Ceremony and the Splatoon guy." And then they showed like another Splatoon thing, but it turned out to be a Smash thing, which like was great. And I think everyone on the internet for months has been saying when they announce Smash, it's going to be a Splatoon trailer that turns into a Smash thing. So that worked out. The first, what do you guys think about Smash finally being announced for Switch for 2018? Is this like a surprise?
I haven't
Do
seen
you care?
details of the announcement. Could you fill me in?
It was literally a tease. It was the definition of a tease that said
We
2018.
don't know anything about how the game's actually going to work.
So
The
we know-
announcement
Really?
is Super Smash Brothers
It's going to be
for
on the
Switch 2018.
So what we do know that we'll talk about a little later is we are suspecting that this is not a port of the Wii U. This is an entirely new Smash, but we'll
Some
get
are
into
suspecting.
that. I am suspecting.
I would kind of be inclined to agree with Chris on that.
Uh,
From having no other spin, probably for a variety of different reasons, but
I have about 5 good reasons, but anyways,
I thought it was not a port as well, but talking with Jeremy before the show, I'm a little less convinced that it's not a port, just because like this whole direct was mostly ports.
so Jake, you have a Switch.
Yeah.
Are you excited and or surprised?
For Smash,
Yes.
I am excited. I'm not surprised because I think everyone agrees that there was going to be a Smash released at some point.
Yes.
Regardless if it's a port or if it's a new one, I'll probably get it because Smash is awesome.
Yes. Jeremy, excited or surprised? And or.
I don't have a Switch, so I don't know that I can be excited. I guess I'm excited. Smash is awesome.
Yeah, but you have friends with Switches.
I
Yeah,
do,
Switches.
but we don't all live in the same places. But I'm still excited. And I'm going to say I am a little surprised.
Okay. Brian, excited, surprised, don't care.
Oh,
You don't particularly like Smash.
I do not like Smash, but I'm interested because I think that this is going to be like, I think that this is going to incorporate some hardware in the Switch that we haven't really seen before, or some capability of the Switch that wasn't in previous consoles, and it's gonna be a step forward in the. It's not just gonna be a remake or a port.
Sure.
Effectively a remake or a port. So I'm interested to see where they're going to go with this.
Fair enough. I personally, back in December, when we did our Game Awards predictions, I predicted that Smash was going to be announced. I also predicted that it was going to be announced in the January Direct before we knew it was a mini Direct. So I've been expecting this, and I'm very excited, obviously. But what surprised me was the fact that I personally think it's a new entry and not a port. And I think we're ready to dive into that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You do?
no, I said I should. Think
Okay. All right. So I'm going to give my argument real quick because it's a quick argument. It's 3 things. One, the logo is like the font is different and the music that they used was different. When they announced Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Switch, it was very much this is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Same font, same marketing. All that was the same. My second point is the art style seems distinctively different, and I know that they go a little nuts with the art style. When they do trailers, they kind of tend to go nuts. But for example, when they did the Palutena reveal, that was like an anime style. But this is like the whole roster, and they tend to have like a cohesive art style for the whole roster. And the last thing is Masahiro Sakurai, which everybody was he's made all the Smashes, and he hates making Smash at this point because it apparently drains his life. He admitted right after the Direct that he has been working on it for quite some time. So if it was a straight port, I don't really understand why he would be doing that. But those are my arguments. I'm open to Jeremy.
I think those were good arguments. I hadn't heard or read about the font thing, and I'm looking at a side-by-side, and it's definitely different. Which I think is actually, I think that's maybe the most compelling argument.
Yes.
Because that is a different logo. That said, and I think I'm probably more inclined to say that it is a new entry, but I do think it's possible that it is a deluxe version, which I had predicted as a possibility for the January Direct. And my argument for that would be that we've seen a lot of deluxe ports for the Switch, and that would be in a relatively inexpensive title for them to release that I think would still make them a lot of money. So, to my mind, if it's a new entry, it is the big game we're getting this year. It could be a deluxe version of Switch or Smash Bros. Wii U, if we were expecting another big title. But if this is where their energy's been, no, this could be the next Smash Bros. Entry. So
Yeah.
I'm open to either possibility, but I think that there's clearly been a history of doing deluxe ports. So I'll just like run down that, because I kind of have been hedging my bets because I've been saying what I think. But if you were looking to see that it was a port, like again, look at what they released today. Almost all ports, and a lot of deluxe ports, like that WarioWare Gold game. I know that's for the DS, but that's a deluxe port. That's not a new title.
Yeah.
The Bowser's Inside Story, that's a deluxe port, not a new title.
Luigi's Mansion. Port.
Luigi's Mansion is a remake, but these are specifically deluxe ports, like
Oh,
ports
yeah.
of games with some additional content. And of course,
Treasure
Mario Kart
Tracker
8,
is a deluxe port.
Little Nightmares, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition,
Tropical Freeze deluxe port.
So clearly this has been a strategy for them with the Switch to bring a lot of titles to the new console quickly and with less expense.
Yeah.
So I think that it's a possibility. I'm inclined to say that it probably is a new title. But again, that to me means we're not getting Metroid in 2018.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not getting probably any other big title, which is why the rest of these titles that we've seen were announced, which looks like pretty much the rest of the year. We're talking May for Hyrule Warriors, April for Splatoon 2, and then I expect probably like November for Smash Bros. And that's kind of your year.
So yeah, my thought on Smash Bros. It's going to be in, I think, October is when they're launching their online service, and this is to kind of be the flagship for launching that online service, the paid online service.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I think that I don't think they'll launch them concurrently. You know what I mean?
Well, relatively close. They'll launch the online service and shortly thereafter.
Yeah, I bet it'll be like online 2 weeks later. Smash.
Yeah, not quite.
So if online is October, Smash will be like maybe late October, early November.
So a lot of the argument, before I let Jake and Brian go, a lot of the big arguments for a deluxe port that I was kind of hoping for, I assumed we weren't getting a new game, so I was hoping for a deluxe port, is the Smash 4 launched on the Wii U and 3DS not simultaneously, within a week or two of each other. And they had the same roster, but they had different courses. There was some bleed over in the courses, but overall there were different courses for the mobile and the console release. So a lot of people are guesstimating that this would be a deluxe version where you would add 3 new characters and blend all of the stages from the console and the handheld together. But it seems like it's gonna be a little bigger. Jake, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, so I am also leaning towards this being a new title, which I think is where most of us are at right now. I would not be entirely surprised if it was a deluxe port of the Wii U Smash, because that seems to be the strategy with a lot of the Wii U titles that launched on the Wii U. But I think if it turns out to be a deluxe port, Nintendo's going to be facing some pretty serious backlash. If there's one way they could fuck up their fantastic Switch launch, it's by not making a new Smash game.
And I think this trailer was vague enough that if they kind of reeled it in and said, no, this is deluxe, people would kind of be upset at this point.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, if it was a deluxe version, if it was a deluxe port, I would be pretty unhappy, but I would also get it because I never played the Wii. Well, I guess we did play a couple times,
yeah.
But not as much as we played like Melee or Brawl or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay. Brian, do you have any thoughts?
So, I would kind of echo, I guess, what you guys were both saying. I think that I agree with Jake that they really need to, if this is their direct and it's just all ports, like that doesn't look good, and they're one of their flagship titles, they're just going to port it over. Like, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, which kind of brings me to my second point, and it ties into what you were saying, Chris, about the paid network. The Switch has multiplayer capabilities that no other console has. in terms of local multiplayer and also like a network multiplayer mode. I think that the mobile play value for them is going to be huge. I think that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be playing this online. Kind of what they were thinking with back with Pokemon like Fire Red and Leaf Green, where they had those wireless adapters.
Yeah.
And the idea was that you'd walk around and like battle with people who are around you. Well, this is, now they've actually got the hardware to back that up, and Smash is kind of the perfect title to do that with. I think that if you were going to do that, if you were going to make that kind of a leap to the point where you're launching a paid service, that you would want a fresh, you'd want a fresh take on. You want to really go through the engine and make sure that it was set up for, working with this new system, whatever it is, and however it's going to work.
And what better way to get people to buy that online service than with a brand new Smash,
Right. It's like, how did you got Xbox Live to play Halo online,
Yeah.
That's true.
So, they also, this kind of opens them up to options of having more than just 4 people on one stage.
They have 8-person Smash on the Wii U version.
Okay, so that already, actually, I think I have seen that. I don't think I've played an 8-person Smash, but I think I have seen that.
If you have a big TV, it's very fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
Although I think that would get complicated on a screen that's really that size.
Yeah, you'd need a big TV for that.
But it's a possibility. But the thing I think that's most interesting, that would lead me to wanting to develop a new engine, or to seriously tweak the engine that you had, is the ability to have that 2-person local multiplayer with the Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you don't have all the buttons, but you could strip it down to kind of like an 8-bit-esque type.
Well,
not a mini game, but like a mini game mode.
So this is going to sound kind of blasphemous, diehard Smash players, but Brian, I have the 3DS Smash Brothers, and that has the exact same number of buttons as a Joy-Con. It has 2 shoulder buttons, 4 face buttons, and a joystick. And the D-pad's only used for emotes anyway. So it works for me. I really enjoy playing it. And I would play casual Smash with a Joy-Con. No problem. The full Smash. You have all the buttons you need.
One Joy-Con?
Yes, one Joy-Con.
I think that some people would have problems with that.
But
if
for
you're not
casually,
Like me.
for fun.
simplified a little bit. You'd want it to be
Yeah.
a little bit simplified. But I think that either way, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna have local multiplayer that incorporates the Joy-Cons, as well as, you could even potentially have local plus online, where there's 2 people on a team that are playing on Joy-Cons against other teams of people. You're just gonna need something new under the hood to make that all go together. That's why I think it's gonna be important.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so last kind of final thoughts. Like, what are your hopes and dreams for this Smash Brothers in particular? And I'll go first. I thought what was really cool in this trailer is they actually showed another character besides the Splatoon people. They showed Breath of the Wild Link, and he has to control. He cannot be a port or a clone of traditional Link, because
he could be.
He definitely will not be, though. But that's one of my hopes, is that they have him and a traditional Link as well, which they've done before. They've had young Link and Toon regular, so it's not outside of the realm of possibility. I also hope that they keep it in line with Smash 4. I hope they keep it in line with Smash 4, in that Brawl was not great. It was slow and it had problems. Smash 4 was probably, for competitive people, not as good as Melee, but for me, trumped Melee personally. So I hope they keep more or less the same speed and mechanics. Jake, do you have any hopes and dreams?
I wouldn't, nothing as specific as you, but I'm just looking for a good Smash game. I want to see the new characters. I really hope that the Inklings are not as annoying as everyone thinks they're gonna be. But yeah, I'm hyped for a new game.
All right, Brian, do you have any hopes and dreams for this one? I know that you want to see that hard.
I don't have any hopes and dreams
For anything.
no Switch. I hope that, you know what, I hope that they do alright with it. I hope that it lives up to what everybody wants it to be, and that Nintendo produces an enjoyable and interesting title for all of their customers. Those are my hopes and dreams.
Brian is the new fucking Nintendo spokesperson.
There it is.
Thank you, Reggie Fils-Aimé. Jeremy, any hopes or dreams for this one?
Ridley.
Ridley? Okay.
I want Ridley.
It's not going to happen. But,
I want Ridley in the game.
fair enough. I mean, if you got Cloud from Final Fantasy,
Yeah, fuck that. Come on, let's
you're
go.
going to get Ridley.
Get a fucking move on.
I think
I
next
think
we
it's
have-
time.
I think we're going to get Goku, and then we'll get Ridley. Is that your only hope?
I echo a lot of what you said. I think it should handle like 4. I think they'd hit a good balance. I don't give a fuck what they do with their one-player versions because I don't think they're generally that fun.
Yeah.
I always want to see more characters, and I actually am in the camp of like I want more skins. It seems like another thing that doesn't seem hard to offer.
I also
but is
want
fun.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
But it's like fun for players, like, and I know, Chris, that you say definitely they can't have Breath of the Wild Link end up as like a Link clone. I don't think it definitely can't happen. I think it seems very likely that they will have him play differently. But like, just give me some different fucking skins. Like, give me. I'm trying to think of an example. I can't think of one right now.
Breath of the Smash 4 had like multiple skins for Adult Link, for example.
Mhm.
It had a Dark Link. It had a Skyward Sword Link. It had a Twilight Princess Link. I think Samus had a Dark Samus skin.
They did.
If I remember right. Yeah. So they happened, and Mario had a bunch. So they happened, but they were for like major characters.
Yeah, but like, give me mas. Like, I always want more. Like, I just think that's
yeah.
a really fun, low effort thing that they could and should do.
Yeah, how about we drop colors, more or less? Like, you can do colors for teams, but instead of colors, let's do skins.
Yeah. And like, I don't even care if like it's not totally canonical. Like, some people are saying they want like the fucking bird guy from I guess that's a bad example, but like just other shit that like seems like vaguely like it could fit. Let me pretend to be that person. That seems cool. Also, I saw someone mention Cappy as a potential character that they would like to see, and I thought that seemed interesting.
I checked 5 times because they showed Breath of the Wild Link in a close up, and they also showed a close up of Mario, and I checked so hard for any sign of Cappy in that silhouette, and I didn't see it.
No, but like as his own character.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
That would be very
Like,
interesting.
I heard that you're going to be able to be the cereal box.
You can be the fucking amiibo box.
And you throw Cappy.
Mario as a
shit.
cereal box. He's going to have all sorts of special like cereal related moves.
But like someone had mentioned like Cappy playing similar to Pokemon Trainer, like with different classes, and like the heavy class being like a T-Rex, and like maybe the light class being like an Electrode or some shit. Like it seems like there's a lot of potential there.
I like that. All right,
Some
Jake.
wacky shit.
Did I already ask you?
You did.
All right. Well, okay. Never mind. We're going back. So let's wrap this up then. Let's everybody who's listening to this right now leave a comment. You made it to the end of the video. Let us know. We'll respond. It'll be great. A little discussion, a little discourse about what you think about Smash. What are your hopes? What are your dreams? Do you wish that it is a port of Smash 64? Do you wish that it was a brand new game?
Wait,
Also,
before we
let us
go, I'm going through the amiibo list, and there's a whole bunch of Smash Bros. Amiibos up already. And I think it would be pretty safe to assume the characters that are amiibos are going to be characters in the game.
Like the guy from
Like Robin, Dark Pit, Paulina,
Dark Souls guy?
Wario.
Those are all from Smash 4.
Yeah, I'm just saying that they'll be
That's
back
fair.
in.
They would carry
Oh, Ike has a amiibo. Looks like he might be coming back.
Every Smash, when they launched the Amiibo program, they launched it day and date with Smash Wii U. with the promise that every single character would get an amiibo. So every character in the Smash 4 has it.
I have two things to add now. Jake, I think that's actually a lot of people have been pointing to Dark Souls is launching with that amiibo. I already mentioned that. Some people are saying like, oh, maybe that means the guy from Dark Souls will be a contender.
Dude, I want a
'cause
fat
they'll-
roll through Smash Bros. That'll be awesome.
And I thought of the specific example of an alternate skin that I want, but it's like pretty lame, so I like almost didn't say it. But like what I always wanted was like more skins for Sonic. Like let me be Shadow the Hedgehog, man.
Well,
let me pretend
yeah.
I'm 12.
Or Mega Sonic.
Let
Sonic.
Yeah, let me be fucking Robo Sonic. Let's just let it happen. It'll be beautiful.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. Like it if you liked it. Dislike it if you dislike it, but we know you didn't. Bother. And be sure to subscribe to Cohesive Friendship Unit. We will keep you guys up to date. Catch you in the next one.